Imagine a kaiju that doesn't just destroy cities. It keeps changing. Every moment more twisted, more alive, more impossible. Shin Godzilla gave us a taste of this terrifying evolution, a grotesque mutation that was both horrifying and mesmerizing. But what it really did was open a Pandora's box, setting a new, darker benchmark for what a cinematic monster could be. Its influence fundamentally changed kaiju forever. Before, we had monsters. Now, we have biological nightmares. Shin Godzilla wasn't just a creature, it was a process, a living, breathing catastrophe unfolding before our eyes. The way its jaw unhinged, the way its body contorted through agonizing stages of growth, these weren't just special effects, they were a statement. They showed us that the real horror isn't in the destruction, but in the transformation itself. Every movement, every mutation, a living scream in slow motion. The unnatural twisting of muscle fibers, the sprouting of new, horrifying features, it was a flesh nightmare made real. But what comes beyond Shin Godzilla? We've seen the blueprint, but where does it lead? The answer might lie in creatures born not just from nightmares, but from reality itself. The future of body horror kaiju isn't just about being bigger or scarier, it's about being more relevant. Environmental horror may be the next great frontier. We're talking about kaiju as living symptoms of a dying planet, their bodies grotesquely mirroring our own self-destruction. Imagine a monster whose very flesh reacts to climate change, its form twisting and mutating with every fractional temperature shift. Picture a creature fueled by our waste, with pollution acting as its DNA, its presence literally melting a city skyline as it feeds on our toxic legacy. The visual possibilities are terrifying and endless. A kaiju with skin sprouting coral-like growths from ocean acidification, or one that leaves a trail of black sludgy poison dripping from its teeth. This isn't just a monster, it's a consequence. But modern audiences fear more than just environmental collapse. We fear contagion. We fear the loss of control over our own bodies. So what if a kaiju could spread like a pandemic? Think about that. A single attack doesn't just leave rubble. It leaves a biological seed. An infection that spreads, creating smaller, equally monstrous offshoots, turning a city into a living, breathing extension of the original monster. This is where body horror kaiju can truly embody society's deepest anxieties. Pandemics, technological overreach, bioengineering gone terribly wrong. Imagine a lab not creating a cure, but accidentally unleashing a kaiju from a pulsating tissue sample. The horror of losing control of our own bodies is a powerful primal fear. When we see it reflected on a planetary scale, with a monster's form shifting and breaking in ways that feel both alien and disturbingly familiar, it hits a nerve. Watching a kaiju in mid-transformation, with human-like limbs briefly emerging before being twisted back into something monstrous, challenges our very definition of what it means to be human. Are we just another biological system waiting to be corrupted? The future of kaiju design is poised for a revolution, creating creatures with designs so grotesque, yet so fascinating you can't look away. This is where the unthinkable becomes real. We're on the cusp of seeing concept art come to life. Creatures with fractal bone growths that spiral out of control. Monsters with molten skin that drips and reforms with every step. The level of detail we can achieve now means we'll see every exposed muscle, every shimmering sinew, all rendered with cinematic, horrifying beauty. And it won't just be a visual nightmare. New frontiers in sound design will make these transformations viscerally painful to hear. The sickening crackle of bone reforming, the wet tear of flesh stretching to its limit. Audio will put you right inside the creature's agony. And think about the blend of practical effects with CGI. Animatronic heads with twitching, hyper-realistic mechanics could merge seamlessly with digital enhancements, creating a hyper-real nightmare that feels disturbingly present. Every frame will be a shock. Bone spines emerging through taut skin, a rib cage splitting open to reveal a new weapon. It's the art of grotesque beauty. A horror so perfectly realized that it becomes mesmerizing. You'll watch, horrified, as glowing veins pulse beneath translucent skin, synced to a monstrous, alien heartbeat. So I have to ask, what kind of kaiju would haunt your dreams? What's the most disturbing creature you could possibly dream up? Because the next wave of monster movies is already on its way, and they promise to change the genre forever. International studios are getting braver, experimenting with darker lore and designs that evolve not just on screen, but between films. We're seeing a convergence of formats, too. Anime, live action, and mixed media projects are blurring the lines, all striving for the ultimate immersive kaiju realism. Imagine a stylized, animated monster suddenly morphing into a photorealistic CGI titan. The possibilities are limitless. In this new era, your imagination is both the limit and the weapon. The fan art, the discussions, the nightmares we share, they all feed into this creative ecosystem. We're moving toward monsters that are a fusion of everything we fear and everything we find fascinating. Flesh, bone, metal, and pure nightmare, all fused into one impossible being. A kaiju with cybernetic ribs sparking and smoking, a beast made of our own discarded technology. The ultimate question these new monsters will force us to ask is, will we fear them, or will we worship them? When a creature of such terrifying, beautiful power stands before us, what is the human response? In the end, kaiju horror has always been a mirror, reflecting our own anxieties and showing us the parts of our world and ourselves that we're too afraid to face. Beyond Shin Godzilla, the future is flesh. The future is transformation. The future is a reflection of us. So what will the next great body horror kaiju look like? Well, in a way, that's up to you. Design the nightmare. Thanks so much for watching. If you're a fan of giant monsters and deep dives into horror, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you do not miss our next exploration into the abyss. You've been watching Monster Mayhem Media, where stories meet imagination. See you next time.